All right, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Facebook ad campaigns in 2025. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Tandrich. I built a 7-figure marketing agency, and now I'm buying other businesses and scaling them with those same marketing strategies. I'm also giving away those marketing strategies for free here on my YouTube channel and through my free weekly newsletter called The Midweek Marketer. If you'd like to sign up for that, click the link in the description below. All right, let's talk about Facebook advertising in 2025. Through my marketing agency, we have experience running ad campaigns with budgets of multi-6 figures for clients, generating revenues into the multi-7 figures across all of our clients. So we have a lot of experience in understanding what's changing and what's happening with the Facebook algorithm, especially when it comes to Facebook ads. Now, before I dive deeper into this video, I do want to say this. As you're watching this YouTube video, my goal for you is that you're getting a ton of information by the end of this video, and it's not just bullet point, high level, macro level information and you're just like, okay, great, I just wasted 10 minutes of my life watching this video. The point is I want you to come out of this and know exactly what you want to do with your Facebook ads, down to even setting up your campaign structure, which I'm going to go over in this video. Now, the biggest thing that's been changing with Facebook advertising over the last few years and is moving into 2025 is interest targeting. Interest targeting has been a big play in Facebook ads. So, for example, if you wanted to target moms on Facebook advertising, you could just go in, select moms, or pick women that are between these ages, that are parents with these kids that are these ages, and target your ads specifically based on those interests. However, the biggest shift that's been happening with Facebook ads is the fact that they're moving away from that and more towards ad creative content targeting. Now, what I mean by that is you have to tailor and create your ads specifically for moms that have children between the age ranges that you're trying to target, instead of relying on Facebook to do the interest targeting and selecting it there. The reason they want you to do this is they want you to focus more on the ad algorithm instead of hand selecting the interest targeting. Personally, I'm not a fan of this because I'd like to just select the interest targeting and then know for a fact that it's going towards those people, but it is what it is. It's their world. We're just living in it. Because they continue to change that and focus more on the algorithm and that targeting, and they want you to do broad targeting, you need to be able to get Facebook a lot of data on who your target market is. And that's done in 2 different ways. The first way is through giving them your email list or people that have purchased from you and creating a lookalike audience. The second way of doing it is just spending money. Now, I'm not just saying spend a bunch of money on Facebook ads. You want to make sure that your conversion tracking is set up properly. So what that means is if you are running ads towards moms and you want them to purchase a product on your Shopify store, you need to make sure that once they purchase that product, that information is going back to Facebook and they're shooting that data back to Facebook so they know, oh, that was a mom that purchased, let's find more of those type people. Now, if you don't know, Apple made an iOS update a while ago that prevents a lot of tracking across a lot of these apps, especially on the mobile side. So to get around that, we use a platform called Triple Whale that puts in a tracking pixel across everything. So across all of Facebook ads, across the website, across the checkout. And we're able to see everyone that's purchased through a Facebook ad instead of just relying on the Facebook data. And Triple Whale also pushes that data back to Facebook, so it acts like the website too by pushing that data back. But my point is in order to get Facebook to be targeting the right people, you need to give them information like an email list of people that have purchased and or spend a bunch of money and get those conversions firing to be able to get that data back to Facebook. And like I said, check out Triple Whale, especially if you're on a Shopify store. I'll leave a link in the description below for it, but it provides a lot more tracking than just relying on Facebook's ad platform to give you that data. Okay, now that you understand that data point, like I said, super important to understand your tracking piece, but you really need to be getting data back to Facebook on who exactly is your target market based off the conversions that are happening. And you can do that through Triple Whale. You can make sure your conversions are firing on your website, but that data is going to play into the algorithm that's going to be replacing the interest targeting. So make sure you have your data set up properly. Okay, now we've dove into that. Let's dive into exactly how you should be setting up your ad campaign structure in 2025 on Facebook. Ad campaign structures go like this. You have your campaign, and then underneath every single one of those, you have your ad sets. And then each ad set has ads underneath it. I'm just gonna draw all these ads in, ads. When it came to interest targeting, you used to just have your ad campaign set up, then you'd probably have a lookalike audience, interest targeting one thing, interest targeting another thing, and then you would just test a bunch of ads in here. The way you need to be setting it up in 2025 with your Facebook ad campaigns is you need to have a campaign, have broad targeting on every single one of your ad sets. You can test the lookalike audience one, but have mostly broad targeting on every single one of your ad sets. And then underneath for each ad is a similar ad creative. So what I mean by that is, let's say for your first ad set, you're targeting UGC. For your second ad set, you're targeting graphics. For your third ad set, you're just targeting videos. The point is that you're trying to, instead of testing interest targeting, you're testing ad creative. I will say too, when I set up my ad campaigns, I always do one campaign, 2 to 3 ad sets, and then 4 to 6 ads within each one of those ad sets that I'm testing at a time. So that's the campaign structure that I typically set up for Facebook ads in 2025. Now, when it comes down to ad content creative with Facebook ads in 2025, the things that I would focus on is UGC content, so that's user-generated content. Another way of saying it is like a testimonial video. These are doing really, really well on Facebook ads. I know a lot of people on YouTube or Instagram say they aren't, but across our clients, they do really, really well. Now, UGC content, like I said, is user-generated content. So typically what it is it's someone talking about your product or service on video and talking about how much they enjoy it, how much they like it, the experience they had, etc. Now, you can get your clients or your past customers to get you those type videos, but what I find is that a lot of times across our clients, across my businesses, is the people, the customers that have purchased a product or service from you, their videos are normally like, okay. Typically, it's because they just don't really have experience in front of a camera, and so they aren't as bubbly or happy or smiley as you want in an ad creative. So what I like to do is I like to go on Fiverr or Upwork and type in UGC content creator and go through everyone and find someone that fits my target demographic, find a couple of them and ask them, hey, this is my script, this is what I want you to say about my product or service. Can you do that? And you pay them the 50 to 200 bucks to create your video. And like I said, with your campaign structure, you'd have one ad set that's your UGC testing one. And then you would take every single video that you got off of Upwork and make them ads. And then that would be one ad set that I'd be testing. The next ad set I'd be testing is I would be utilizing Facebook ad library. I'd be finding all my competitors and seeing what their top ads are. So these are graphic created ads. They aren't videos, they aren't carousels, but they're graphic creative ads that go and explain your product or service. And I would be testing a whole ad set on graphics. But I'd be basing those graphics, I mean, really you should be basing all your ads off of this, but basing those graphics off of what my competitors are doing in the Facebook ad library. So I can see what my competitors' ads are, and I want to create ads that are popular like theirs or stand out from theirs. A little bonus tip when it comes to running Facebook ads in 2025 is using the Facebook ad library and finding top brands like Dr. Squatch and going on there and looking at all of their ad creatives. They have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars testing different ad creatives and creating content to test. And all you have to do is go and look at it, analyze it, do a little research, and you can get that same information from their Facebook ads to put into your Facebook ads. So instead of spending hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on testing different ads and trying to figure stuff out on your own, literally the blueprint is right there. You just have to look at the top brands like Dr. Squatch or anything like that, or Old Spice or whatever, and look at how they're running ads on their ad campaigns and set up your ads exactly like that. So going back to a second for UGC content, you might find that on Dr. Squatch, every single one of their openings has this crazy thing. So in every single one of your UGC content videos that you want to test, you want to have a crazy opening like Dr. Squatch does. Because they've already done the testing, they already spent the money, they know what works. Another ad set I would test too is I would run a bunch of content for free on your Instagram page and see which reels take off. So which ones get the most views, and take those videos and put them into an ad set for reels. And so essentially what you're doing is you're testing to see if the market likes that reel organically, completely for free, and then you're moving it over as an ad. Okay, so like I said, an ad set for UGC content, an ad set for graphics. You're gonna probably do another ad set for carousels and test a bunch of different carousels. And then what you're going to do is turn that ad campaign on and start testing. Now, when it comes to testing, what you do want to do is you do want to try and get out of the learning phase. So you want to get as many conversions as possible. So you probably want to spend a little bit more money at the beginning. It feels like you're burning it, but you want to get out of that learning phase. And the reason you want to do that is you want to get as many conversions as possible to get that data back to Facebook so that they know who to target. If you don't get out of the learning phase, then you can't get that data back to them. There are glitches where sometimes you get stuck in the learning phase, Don't worry about that. But the point is that you want to be spending the money to be able to test and get data points for you to make decisions. And then one of those decisions in your testing is figuring out which ad creative is doing best. So you might find that you have a UGC content piece with a woman with brown hair in it, and that has brought in 10 grand worth of revenue over the last few days. And you might find that you have another UGC content piece with a woman with blonde hair, and she has brought in 15K in revenue in the last 10 days. You also might find that you have a UGC content piece with a male who's 30, and that has brought in 1,000K in revenue for your business in the last 10 days. The point is that then you want to shut this ad off and start focusing more on the ads with blonde hair and blue hair women in it. Blonde hair and brown hair women in it. Now don't forget, just because you shut off that ad campaign doesn't mean that you just have now 3 ads running. You want to then create another ad in here that is focused on the data from your highest revenue ad. So like I said, if this ad is a woman with blonde hair and it's brought in 15K worth of revenue for you, set up another UGC video with a different blonde hair woman and test that to see if it works. Another data point that I would check when it comes to testing your ad content creative, especially when it comes to videos, is how long has someone been watching the video. So you might find with this ad creative, people stick around for a longer period than they do on other videos. You need to analyze and figure out why they're sticking around and purchasing more off that video. And then what you want to do is go, okay, great, they're sticking around. What can I do to replicate that? So you create similar openings to that video, you test different openings, figure out what's working. Like I said, you could do a lot of that through view duration and replicate that as many times as possible so that you have ads that are bringing in a ton of revenue for you. And that's just testing in this ad set. In this ad set, you might find that you have graphics and one graphic is orange, one is green, one's red, and one's blue, and you're finding that the red and the green one are doing the best for you. So you shut off the orange and the blue one, and you create another version of the red and green one. The point is, when it comes to Facebook ads in 2025, you want to be testing as many different ad creatives as possible to be able to figure out what's going to be bringing in the most revenue for your business. Now, as you're diving deeper into figuring out which ad creative is doing best for you within those ad sets, it doesn't hurt to continue to go back to Facebook Ad Library, see what the large brands are doing, and creating different ad sets to test as long as you have a large enough budget, and start testing those other ad sets to see what creatives are going to be working best for you. Now, I'll make another point with this. A lot of other people say that you need to set up one ad campaign to bring in revenue for your business and another ad campaign to test. And then what you do is you take all the tested pieces that are doing really well and move them over to the ad campaign that's for revenue. I'm not a big fan of that. Reason being is that you'll find that you'll move those ad creatives over and that the targeting over there is different. Even if you keep them broad, the algorithms changed a bit over there and they won't perform as best as they did over on the testing side. So I like to just run everything under the same campaign. All right, so that's how you run Facebook ads in 2025. Again, if you'd like to sign up for my free weekly newsletter called The Midweek Marketer, click the link in the description below. Thanks for taking time to watch the video. You can watch my last one here, or I will see you in the next one.